this video, I'll show you how to crochet a small crayon. First, we'll be starting with a magic ring. Wrap the yarn around your fingers twice toward you. Hold the working end of your yarn securely with your pinky. Insert your hook under the first strand of yarn. Grab the back piece of yarn and pull it under the first strand of yarn. Twist your hook, creating a loop on your hook. Create a chain by placing your hook under the working yarn and pulling that yarn through the loop on your hook. Now carefully pull your fingers out of the magic ring. You can make sure that you've done the magic ring correctly by pulling a bit on the yarn tail to make sure that the loop is adjustable. Now we'll be working our stitches inside the magic ring. To make a single crochet, insert your hook into the magic ring. Make sure that you're working over 2 strands of yarn. Pull up a loop with your hook. Yarn over and pull that through both loops on your hook. This creates 1 single crochet stitch. And we'll repeat that again. Insert your hook into the magic ring, pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through both loops on your hook. You now have 2 single crochet stitches. And again, insert your hook into the magic ring, pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through both loops on your hook. Repeat this until you have a total of 6 single crochet stitches worked in the magic ring. The tops of your single crochet stitches will look like little V's. Count those to be sure that you have the correct number of stitches. When you're sure you have 6 single crochet stitches, pull the yarn tail to close your magic ring. Be sure that the magic ring is closed completely. There shouldn't be any gap between the stitches. Now you can secure the tail end of your yarn by tying in a knot with the working end of your yarn. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now we'll be working all of our stitches on the tops of our existing stitches. Be sure that you work under both loops, the front and the back loop of your stitch. For round 2, we'll be repeating 2 single crochets and 1 single crochet. Insert your hook under the 2 loops of your first single crochet, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, and draw through both loops on your hook. Now we'll be working our next single crochet in the same space. So you'll insert your hook into that same space, yarn over, draw up a loop, yarn over and pull through both loops on your hook, creating another single crochet, and here you can see your 2 single crochet stitches worked into the 1 space. This is an increase. Now we'll place our stitch marker into the first stitch from this round. Notice that we now have 2 stitches for the start of this round. And we'll work 1 single crochet into the next stitch, and again 2 single crochets into 1 space, one single crochet into the next stitch, two single crochets into the next, and 1 single crochet into our last stitch. We'll have a total of 9 stitches. Starting from your stitch marker, count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now we'll move on to round 3, so remove your stitch marker, and again we'll be working 2 single crochets into that first stitch. So work your first and your second, and then replace your stitch marker into the first stitch of this round. And now you'll be working 1 single crochet in each of the next 2 stitches. So 1 single crochet and 1 single crochet. And again, 2 single crochets into the next stitch, and 1 single crochet into each of the next 2 stitches. 2 single crochets into the next stitch, 1 single crochet into the next, and 1 single crochet into the next. At the end of round 3, you'll have a total of 12 stitches. Now for round 4, we'll work 1 single crochet in every stitch around. So first remove your stitch marker and work your first single crochet, and then replace your stitch marker. And continue working 1 single crochet in every stitch around. When you reach the end of round 4, you'll have a total of 12 stitches. Now we'll move on to round 5, where we'll be repeating 2 single crochets followed by 1 single crochet in each of the next 3 stitches. Remove your stitch marker and work 2 single crochets into your first stitch, and then replace your stitch marker into the first stitch of this round. Now we'll be working 1 single crochet in each of the next 3 stitches. 1 single crochet, 1 single crochet, and 1 single crochet. We'll continue repeating this sequence of 2 single crochets followed by 1 single crochet in each of the next 3 stitches until you reach the end of this round. You can pause the video until you've completed round 5. When you finish round 5, you'll have a total of 15 stitches. Now for round 6, we'll be working 1 single crochet in every stitch around. So remove your stitch marker, work your first single crochet, and replace your stitch marker. And then continue on working 1 single crochet in every stitch around until you've completed round 6. You can pause the video until you finish this round. When you finish round 6, you'll have a total of 15 stitches. Moving on to round 7, we'll be working 2 single crochets followed by 1 single crochet in each of the next 4 stitches and repeating that sequence around. You'll remove your stitch marker, work 2 single crochets into your first stitch, and then replace your stitch marker into the first stitch of this round. And then you'll work 1 single crochet in each of the next 4 stitches. So 1 single crochet, 1 single crochet, 1 single crochet, and 1 single crochet. You'll continue repeating 2 single crochets followed by 1 single crochet in each of the next 4 stitches until you've completed this round. You can pause the video until you reach the end of round 7. At the end of round 7, you'll have a total of 18 stitches. Now it's time to switch to your next color. Cut your yarn and grab the next color you're working with. I'm using white for my second color because it's a little easier to see on camera. Start by removing your stitch marker and take a look at the stitch that we'll be working in. Notice that there's both a front and a back loop on the top of the stitch. Insert your hook into the back loop only of the first stitch. Now drop your first color and pick up your next color. Pull your new color through the back loop of the stitch you're working in and through the loop on your hook. You'll now have 1 loop on your hook in your new color. Secure your yarn tails by tying them in a knot. Hide the yarn tails inside your project. We'll now continue on to round 8. We're going to skip that stitch that we just did our color change in, and we'll come back to that at the end of this round. Working in the next stitch, we're going to work 1 single crochet and then replace our stitch marker. Now continue working 1 single crochet in every stitch around until you get back to that last stitch where we did our color change. When you made it to the last stitch, we'll be working our next single crochet under the color change and that unworked front loop. This is a seamless color change and will allow your color changes to be less noticeable. 2 loops left there from our color change. Work your next single crochet as normal, just doing so around those 3 loops of your old color. You've completed round 8 with a total of 18 stitches, and now we will do the same for round 9, working 1 single crochet in each stitch around. You can pause the video until you reach the end of this round. When you finish round 9, you'll have a total of 18 stitches, and it's time to change back to our original color. Cut your yarn and grab your new color. Remove your stitch marker. Insert your hook into the back loop of your next stitch and pull up a loop with your new color. Secure the yarn tails and hide the ends inside. Now we'll be working on round 10, where we'll be doing 1 single crochet in every stitch around. Work your first single crochet, replace your stitch marker, and continue working 1 single crochet in every stitch around until you reach that last stitch where your color changes. When you've reached your last stitch, you'll again work your last single crochet into that unworked front loop and under the color change. Now you've completed round 10 with a total of 18 stitches, and you will do the same 1 single crochet in every stitch around for rounds 11 through 18. So again, you'll remove your stitch marker, work your first single crochet, and replace your stitch marker, and then work 1 single crochet in every stitch around, and you will complete each round with a total of 18 stitches. You can pause the video until you've completed these rounds. When you've completed rounds 10 through 18, you will have 9 rows of 18 stitches of your main color. Check your row count starting at your magic ring. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Now we'll need to switch back to our second color. Cut your yarn and get your next color. Remove your stitch marker. Insert your hook into the back loop of your next stitch. Pull up a loop with your new color by pulling through both the back loop and the loop on your hook. Secure your yarn and hide the yarn tails inside. Work your first single crochet in the next stitch and replace your stitch marker. Work 1 single crochet in every stitch around until you reach the last stitch of the round where your color changes. When you've reached the last stitch of the round, work your last single crochet into that unworked front loop and under your color change. That completes round 19 with a total of 18 stitches. And now for round 20, you'll just work 1 single crochet in every stitch around. You can pause the video until you finish the end of round 20. After you've completed round 20 with a total of 18 stitches, it's again time to change our color. So again, cut your yarn, remove your stitch marker, insert your hook into the back loop of your next stitch, pull your new color through that back loop and through the loop on your hook. Secure the yarn tails and hide them inside. And we'll begin round 21 with 1 single crochet into the first stitch and then replace your stitch marker. And then continue with 1 single crochet in every stitch around until you reach that color change. Work your last single crochet into that unworked front loop and the color change. And that completes round 21 with a total of 18 stitches. And now you'll move on to round 22, working one single crochet in every stitch around. You can pause the video until you reach the end of round 22. When you've finished round 22, you will have a total of 18 stitches for that round, and it's now time to add stuffing. Pull the loop on your hook out so that it doesn't come unworked while we're adding stuffing. Remove your hook. Start filling your piece with stuffing using small pieces at a time. Pull the stuffing apart to avoid any clumps. Start filling at the tip of your crayon and continue adding small pieces at a time until the crayon is full. As you fill your piece, smooth out the outside to get rid of any bumps. The crayon should be stuffed firmly, but not hard. Make sure that you aren't adding too much stuffing and making your stitches spread apart. There should be no stuffing showing through your stitches. When you finish stuffing, we'll move on to round 23. Replace your hook and pull the working yarn so that the loop is tight against your hook. Remove your stitch marker. And now we'll be working a single crochet two together, or a decreasing stitch, using the invisible decrease method. Insert your hook into the front loop of your first stitch and the front loop of your second stitch. Now you will pull up a loop, yarn over, and draw through both loops on your hook, completing your invisible decrease. Replace your stitch marker and work one single crochet into the next stitch. Continue working a single crochet two together followed by one single crochet until you reach the end of this round. So again, insert your hook into the front loop of your next stitch and the following stitch, yarn over and pull up a loop, yarn over and draw through both loops on your hook, and one single crochet into the next stitch. And again, invisible decrease, followed by one single crochet, and again, single crochet two together using the invisible decrease method, followed by one single crochet, and again, single crochet two together, one single crochet, single crochet two together, and one single crochet. That completes round 23 with a total of 12 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. If it's needed, you can go ahead and add a bit more stuffing. And now we'll move on to round 24, the final round of our project. Remove your stitch marker and work a single crochet two together using the invisible decrease method. Replace your stitch marker. And we'll continue this round by working a single crochet two together all the way around. At the end of round 24, you'll have a total of 6 stitches. Now it's time to finish off our project. Cut your yarn, leaving a small tail for sewing. Yarn over and pull the yarn all the way through the loop on your hook. This creates a knot and secures your yarn. Remove your stitch marker. And now it's time to close up that hole that remains. Thread your yarn tail through your yarn needle and weave your yarn needle in and out of each stitch in that last round. For a bit of a cleaner finish, I prefer to weave my yarn needle through only the front loop of each stitch. Continue weaving in and out of each stitch until you reach the beginning. After you've finished weaving your yarn through every stitch, pull your yarn tail tightly to close the hole. Secure your yarn tail with a knot at the very base of your yarn tail. Now we're almost finished. Insert your yarn needle at the base of the yarn tail. Push it down the piece and out a side. We want the yarn tail to be securely hidden on the inside of the piece. Insert your yarn needle in the same space that you pulled it out from and push it through to the other side. After you're satisfied with your yarn tail being weaved through your project, it's time to cut the tail. And if there's a little piece of the end sticking out, just push it back through with your yarn needle. And that concludes our tutorial. You've just completed a small crayon.